Hi everyone, you're listening to KLJXLP Flagstaff. This is KJAC Radio and you're listening to a specialty show called Audio Hug, hosted by Emily. And I haven't been on here in a really long time. Last semester I didn't do that many episodes. So how my show works now, I've changed it up a little bit, is I'm going to be having a lot of guests this semester. And so we're just going to create a playlist and we're going to talk in between, and it just depends on who's with me, and we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. But today I have Chloe with me. Do you want to say hi?
Hey everyone.
Well, I want you to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you, and I also want to know about the club you founded, because that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, well, my name is Chloe Coonrod and I am a social work student here in Flagstaff. And a little bit about me is I founded the Self-Love Club last fall, and I've been, harvesting and really growing this club, and I've really been trying to create a community in Flagstaff and at NAU, and one that values growth and authenticity. And so with that, I think that is probably my favorite thing that's on my plate, but also anything outside and enjoying the weather in Sedona with Emily.
Yeah, I want to give a little backstory about how I know Chloe. So I'm also a social worker major here at NAU, and freshman year of college, we're both juniors now, and freshman year I was desperately looking for a roommate. I had a pretty bad roommate experience freshman year, and so I was desperately looking for a roommate, and Chloe was in one of my classes, so I decided to DM her, and she didn't room with me, unfortunately.
You got rejected that time.
Yeah, I did. But we ended up hanging out, and honestly, the rest is history. We've been on so many adventures together, and it's great. But I really, I think it's really inspiring how you created the Self-Love Club, and I absolutely love it. Thanks. So if you want to talk about how that came to be, that would be great.
Yeah, I think as, just a student in college and, putting yourself out into the world in a new situation, I was really wanting to find people who were, like-minded in the sense of just people who really strived for growth. And so with that, I thought clubs were a great way to go about that way, but there wasn't anything that really honed in on what I was interested in. And so I thought, maybe I'll just create my own. They say you only need 5 people, and so me and a friend of mine, we decided to get together, and we signed up her boyfriend. I got my brother on there, but so really it was a group of 2 that started it out. But then ever since then, the club has just really exponentially grown, and now sometimes we have upwards of 40 members in a meeting, which is pretty high for a club meeting.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. But we're going to play some music, and then we'll come back and talk more about self-love. So stay tuned. Hey guys, we're coming back to you with more talk about self-love. I'm Emily, and I have Chloe here with me. I'm going to ask her a few questions. So I want you to talk about your journey of self-love, of what you can remember, and you can give us a little summary and say as much as you want about it.
Wow. Well, the journey of, I think, getting to know who you are is a lifelong one. It's not something that's ever really stops, but rather, there's no destination. And so I think where I really can start it out with was in high school. I was a very goody kid, I think, to some extent, and I never was grounded. I kind of flew under the radar, but it was when I got grounded for something that I did, I really messed up. But I had a really poor reaction, and I let, kind of my mistake consume me, and it really took over my mentality for several days. And it really put me in a dark spot, and I think that from there, someone gave me a piece of advice. I think it was my older brother, and he said, Chloe, sometimes it's not about what happens, but it's how you react. And that, I feel like, was the biggest takeaway that I took away from really my high school experience of, you can't control these situations, but I can control how I react to them and how they affect me. And so from there, I really began to take responsibility of how I felt, what I said, how other people affected me. And I soon learned that if I want to lead a life that I love, then I must create that. And that I have to be the person to, build it brick by brick. And that, yes, problems will come along and we will face issues, but that the stronger and the more time that I work on myself is the more time that I get to know who I am and love that part. And so then that relationship gets stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that was, a synopsis of, kind of my journey of just taking it into my own hands and realizing that no one else is going to provide me with happiness or joy other than me.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. Well, how do you feel about where you're at now with self-love?
I feel like after so much work and so much effort of dealing with insecurities, dealing with that negative self-talk, with those that anxiety voice, that I'm finally to a point where I can enjoy everything that I've worked on.
Mm-hmm.
And that now I'm starting, because I'm reaping the benefits of the work. It's the fruits have, I don't know, came to fruition.
Right, yeah.
and now it's more of oh, this is why I'm doing this, is because when I practice, living the best life that I can, then, what else, there's no better use of my time, and there's, no other way I'd rather live.
Yeah. I like the phrase, no better use of my time, because it's very true. No, that's incredible. I'm really happy for you of where you've come. That's amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'll detail some of my journey, and then we can get back to some music. I think I kind of relate to you about, when I was in middle school, I was so focused on what other people thought about me that I was doing stuff I wasn't supposed to. I got grounded many of times for it. And I feel like back then I didn't do much reflection. It was more oh, how can I do better next time to not get caught? Which is not the best, way of thinking. But, I went to high school, and I think I was just tired of, getting in trouble, and I wanted better friends. And so I did get them. I'm really happy with the friends that I had during that time. And I think freshman year is when I really started to kind of figure out who I was, and then into sophomore year. And then COVID happened, which I feel like is just a big turning point for me, because I felt free of what other people thought of me. I feel like I lived past tense for others. I lived for others. I didn't live for necessarily what I wanted. I was more worried about what other people wanted of me or needed from me before I even thought about myself, which I think I still struggle with today, but it's not as bad as it was. And then I really started leading my life with what I believed in, and just being positive, and leading with love. And I don't think it happened until I got to college, and I really started to learn what self-love was and how to take care of myself and really tune into what I want in that moment. And a big inspiration was Chloe, actually. I get really anxious a lot, and I started journaling because of Chloe, and that literally changed my life. I feel like I'm so much more present, and I can just be free from overthinking and really tune into myself and my mind. So I'm really happy with where I am right now. So yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Journaling has just as much changed my life as well. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that I could have brought it to you.
I could talk about it for hours. I literally love it so much. Okay, guys, but we'll get back to the music for a little bit, and this might be our last talking bit, but we will see in a little bit. Hello, everyone. You're listening to KLJXLP Flagstaff. This is KJack Radio, and this concludes the Audio Hug episode for this week. Thank you, Chloe, for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed listening to our takes on self-love, and you should go join the self-love club. Do you want to tell us when they meet?
Oh yeah. We meet every Sunday from 4 to 6. This weekend, on Sunday, we have a yin yoga class afterwards, and so that's why it's 1 hour longer. But throughout class, we'll set an intention, talk about it, journal about it, and then have a little bit of mindfulness. And so it's epic. You should come join us. Follow us on Instagram, selfloveclub.nau, and you can meet us on Sunday.
Yeah, guys, you should totally go. I absolutely love Self-Love Club. You can also go follow audio_hug to find out about more episodes in the future. And I hope everyone has a great day. Bye, guys.
Bye.